Good day to all. Welcome to the video on pension and its types. Let us try to understand what do you mean by pension before we move on to the types of pension that is being displayed. When you talk about pension becomes one of the major factor which also acts as a saving tool for any person who is going to retire from an organization. In those days earlier, the word pension was very much spoken among the family people or the community because pension plays an important role which acts as a saving tool for the livelihood after our retirement. But today, before retirement, people do speak about pension and the amount to be kept aside as pension for earning our livelihood once we attain a certain age duration. So, before we move on to what are the different types of pension as per income tax authorities, we will try and understand what do you mean by the word pension. Pension is a periodical payment that is being made by an employer to an employee after his retirement for earning or to live the livelihood. Pension is payable under two different methods when a person retires from an organization. So, according to Income Tax Act 1961, pensions can be classified into two different types. One, uncommuted pension, and secondly, commuted pension. So first we will understand what do you mean by uncommuted pension. So uncommuted pension refers to a periodical sum received for the service rendered in the past. Now, uncommuted pension is received by both government as well as non-government employee and is fully taxable as a part of your salary whenever you are receiving these uncommuted pension. So, in simple to understand, uncommuted pension refers to the periodical or monthly pension that you would be receiving from the employer's side after your retirement. So, for example, after my retirement, if I get a pension of rupees 5,000 per month for living my livelihood from the employer to whom that I've worked, then it is called as uncommuted pension. So in simple, uncommuted pension refers to the amount of pension that you have received on a monthly regular basis. So that kind of pension that you receive on a regular period of time over throughout the year is called as uncommuted pension. Now, the second type of pension that we have according to income tax authorities is called as commuted pension. Now, commuted pension is a kind of a pension that where the person who is retiring receives a lump sum amount from the employer at the time of retirement. So, any lump sum amount of money received in bulk without receiving an uncommuted pension is called as commuted pension. So in simple, commuted pension refers to the whole amount or the bulk amount of pension that has been received by the employee from the employer instead of receiving the pension on a monthly basis. For example, you would have heard people who served in defense organizations or in Air Force or Navy who retires, they get a lump sum amount of pension in hand when they retire. So that a lump sum amount of pension that they receive when they retire is called as commuted pension. Now, most probably in most of these cases, when a person retires from any organization, generally they receive both commuted as well as uncommuted. It is a combination of the pension. Now, for example, let's say in a total in my pension account, totally I have 20 lakhs in my pension account. Out of 20 lakhs, if I receive 10 lakhs at the time of retirement, that 10 lakh received in bulk is called as commuted pension, and the balance 10 lakh that I have not yet received is my uncommuted pension, which will be paid to me by the employer on a monthly basis. So this is a combination of pension where the person receives both commuted as well as uncommuted pension. Now we'll try and understand how income tax authorities have classified the pension and how they compute tax on these types of pensions to be received. Now, as seen earlier, pension can be of two types: uncommuted pension and commuted pension. In simple, uncommuted pension refers to the amount of pension that you receive on a monthly basis. So any amount of pension that you receive on a monthly basis, whether you're a government employee or a non-government employee, the amount of pension that you receive on a monthly basis is fully taxable under the head income from salaries. Whereas in case of commuted pension, that is the lump sum amount that you receive at the time of retirement, can be again classified into two types, where it can be classified for a government employee and a non-government employee. In case if you are a government employee and you receive a commuted pension, the entire commuted pension that is received in hand at the time of retirement is exempted from tax as per Income Tax Act 1961. Whereas if you are a non-government employee, then again there are two categories where the commuted pension will be categorized whether you are receiving gratuity or not receiving gratuity. Now, if you are receiving gratuity, the amount of commuted pension that is taxable will be 1/3 of the pension in case if you are receiving gratuity. Let's say if you are not receiving gratuity and you are a non-government employee, then the amount of commuted pension that is taxed will be 1/2 of the pension that you are receiving on a monthly basis. Now, to give you a better understanding, we have another picture here where we try to understand commuted pensions and uncommuted pension. So, in simple, uncommuted pension is fully taxable, whereas commuted pension can be divided into two. For government employee, it is fully exempted from tax. That is, the government employee need not pay tax at all for the commuted pension that he or she receives at the time of retirement, whereas a non-government employee commuted pension again falls under two categories, which depends upon whether he or she receives gratuity or does not receive gratuity. If you are a non-government employee and you are receiving gratuity too from your employer, then it would be 1/3 of the amount of pension that would be received, which is computed as tax. And if you are not receiving any gratuity from the employer, it is only pension, then it would be 1/2 of the amount of pension that is being received. So in this video, we have seen a quick glance on what do you mean by pension, the two different types of pension, which is called commuted and uncommuted, and a simple calculation on how income tax authorities calculate commuted pension tax on commuted pension and tax on uncommuted pension. Thank you.